Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to Sunday Stock Talk with Rich. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just going to make sure that the audio is working and that we're ready to rock and roll. I spoke with some of you. Oh, there we go. We are good. I got the chat set up here on my phone, and so I can see if you guys send any stickers or anything like that. But yeah, I had a discussion with some of you the other day. I did one of those spaces things, and I was just saying that I want the first part of Sunday Stock Talk moving forward to be a little bit more informative with some lessons, and then we'll continue with our regular programming because I just don't have the time to make the YouTube videos like I used to. So instead, why not kill two birds with one stone and do some lessons in the Sunday Stock Talk itself? And I'm sure that you guys will learn a lot and enjoy that. So first and foremost, as always, please comment in the chat where you're tuning in from tonight. Let's see where everyone's at, and let's get the knowledge going and let's get everything started. All right. So the agenda that I have today, I'm going to start off with my pre-market trading preparation. So I want to teach you guys a little bit about what I do when day trading and just in general, so that you can start applying it. I want to look at some Tradingview tips that I have to share with you guys. Options recap on Spice, swing newsletter update, and then chart requests, and then some merch. Okay, so here we go. We got my brother right here. See me hitting me with the $2 already to get the party started. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. This guy supports me every single week. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. So we have Toronto. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm just gonna pick just some random people. Alex, Chicago, LA from Travin, Florida from Sheeta, Margot, Minnesota, Sam from Alberta, Canada, Forex Les, Honolulu. Got another dollar here from my friend Beast Mode. He's always supporting me too. Thank you so much for that, brother. Detroit, and Chutron, Rhode Island, Kansas City, Singapore. Beautiful. Happy to see someone from Singapore. I have a lot of Singapore students, and I love working with people from Singapore. I know the time zone is basically it's like 12 or 13 hours or something like that. So appreciate that. Waking up early, I guess, for you. All right. So let's get into this. So I'm gonna use Tesla as an example. And I just want to talk to you guys about how you should set your charts up when you're coming into every single day. So let's start on the chart with the 24th of June, and let's hit the market replay like this. Okay. So what I always do when I'm trading, we got Joe here with the 499. Respect. Thank you very much, Joe. Joe's been here for a very long time, and I really appreciate you, Joe. And I know a lot of times Joe comes on later and just likes everything that I post, so I really appreciate that. Oh man, we're getting a lot of stickers today. Andrea, thank you so much, Andrea. I'm happy that you're here to join, and then next weekend, Andrea, we'll catch up and we'll do some coaching together. Thank you. And we got my friend here, Travin McDuff, another $5. Thank you, guys. So I think we got a good reserve here for coffee money. So, that's looking good. It's looking good. So, thank you very much. I wish I could get some coffee before I started because I just woke up like a half an hour ago. I've been moving all weekend and I just not running on any sleep at all. So I miss the coffee right now. But anyways, let's proceed. So the first thing that we want to do, so if you're day trading, I like going to the 5-minute chart first. Then I want to have basically 3 lines. So the first line, I'm going to take it. So if you're not familiar with Tradingview, you're just going to go here, click horizontal line, which is right there. And then you would just click on the chart like that. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to have the previous day's low drawn. Okay. So I'm going to go there and I want the previous day's high drawn like this. Okay. Well, the previous day's high is a little bit higher right there. And normally I would add a third line for the close. But in this case, because the close is pretty much at the high, then there's no need for me to do that. But if the close was like maybe down here, I would add another line for the close. And what I want to do, just to be precise, I'm going to take my mouse and hover over the candle. So the low is 630.19. I'm going to double click my line and just make sure I get it exact, 630.19. And the high right here is 657.20. And this one is 656.98. So I'm just going to double click here and I'm going to go to 657.20. Okay. And Beast Mode says, does time frames matter? Yeah, it does. So you want to have a few time frames that you stick to and then execute on those consistently. For me, day trading, 5, 15, 3-minute, those are my 3 favorites. And then for swing trading, the daily and the weekly and the monthly. Okay. So the reason we want to have the previous day's low and the previous day's high, I'm just going to press play, is we want to see where we open the next day. Okay. So I'm trying to simulate the market live with you guys, like how I would look at it. So when we open, I want to know, are we gap up, are we gap down, or are we inside open? So first question is, do you guys, what type of open this is this? So please comment in there, what type of open is this? So we are opening here above the previous day's high. So what kind of open is this? Let me know in the chat and I'm going to answer some questions. I mean, to draw the open range, if we use daily, it would be easy to draw high and low. Yep. Yeah, you could do that. Exactly. You could just do that. So that's a lot easier. I like going on to the 5-minute and drawing it, but you can just go to the daily candle and just do that. Gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up. Beautiful. So we're gapping up. And if we gap up, who's in trouble when we gap up? Are the bulls in trouble when we gap up, or are the bears in trouble when we gap up? What do you guys think? Who's going to be feeling pain on a gap up? Who's going to be losing money? Bulls or bears? Shorts, bears, 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 bears. Exactly. So because any bear that, let's say, shorted here, shorted here, shorted here, shorted here, any bear that shorted in the previous day, when we gap up, we're gapping up above their stop loss. And because of that, the bears are losing money, and we need that information in order to trade effectively. Okay. As a trader, we need to know that in order to trade effectively. So that's why we want to have the previous day's high and low. And then we need to determine, are we gapping up? Are we opening inside? And are we gapping down? All right. And then from here, we can take our different setups. So, so one of them, obviously, we have is the opening range breakout. Okay. So this is a very unique example here. You see the second candle of the day actually doesn't break the high or the low. Instead, we get an inside bar. Okay. So let me see if you guys have been paying attention. What can we do with an inside bar? So somebody give me the setup here for Tesla. What do we do here? We have an inside bar at 9:35. Somebody please explain to me, what can we do with an inside bar? So we waited for 10 minutes. We have an inside bar on a gap up. So what can we do with that inside bar? So we can buy a call, buy a breakout, break up or down. Exactly. So what we can do is we can say, all right, if we break above the high, we can buy calls. If we break below the low, we can buy puts, or we can just do shares. Okay. We don't have to do options. We can also do shares. And then let's continue. Okay. So a little bit of a scare, right? Like you get in, but it comes back down a little bit, but then boom, right? 10 minutes later, you're safe, and then just hit the play, and then we know the rest is history. Okay. So that's why we want to know, are we gapping up? Are we gapping down? Or are we opening inside? Okay. So now let's try the next day, which was the Friday. Okay. So let's do the same thing together. So this time, let's go to the 15-minute chart so I can just give you guys a different view. And so some of you will rather trade the 15. So the low, we're going to bring it up to here, which is the low right there. And we're going to bring up the high right there. So we're going to go to low. Low is 667.77. So we're going to go here, 667.77. And then the high, we have 697.57. So just going to make sure we're good there. Question from Stephanie. Would you wait for the fourth bar? You could, if you want to be conservative. Sometimes if you wait, the trade can go without you. So personally for me, once I get this set up, I'll set the order. Once it breaks above, I'm filled. If you want to be more conservative, you can wait a little bit, but you have to understand if you do wait, sometimes the trade can go without you. So that's a risk you have to be willing to take, and sometimes you're going to miss a trade because of that. All right. So here we go. I'm going to play the first bar. All right. Now I need you guys to tell me what kind of open is this. So here's the previous day's range. What kind of open is this? Let me know what you guys think. Is it a gap up? Is it a gap down? Is it an inside? What kind of open would that be right here after the first 15 minutes? So we say we have a gap up from Ricardo. What do you guys think? Inside, no gap or gap down, higher price and range, inside open. So this is good. So we have a variety of answers, right? And if you want to think about from the previous day's close, this is a gap up. But for me, as long as we open in the previous day's high or low, I consider it an inside open. That's my personal trading rules. So I'm sharing with you guys what I do because I back tested what I do, right? So I'm sharing that with you guys. So essentially, this, as long as we stay in the high or the low, then I'm going to consider it an inside open, okay? Because we're inside of the range of the previous day. And now I want you guys to get the pen and the pad out, get the notebook out, and this is very important now, okay? And these are some of the things that I want to share with you guys that other people aren't going to talk about. So wait, before I talk about this, hit me with a 1 if you got a pen and a pad or a Word doc open. Hit me with a 1 if you have that ready to rock and roll, because I need you to take some notes. Okay, we got the 1s. Okay, so now I need you guys to take the notes here. So when we have an inside open, generally the inside open has a lot of back and forth. It has a lot of chop. It has a lot of sideways movements. Because with the inside open, there's no trapped individual. Okay. The bulls are not trapped because we didn't gap down below. You see, if we had gapped down over here, the bulls would have been trapped because their stop losses are here. If we had gapped up, the bears would have been trapped because their stop loss is here. But when we open inside, this is a neutral open. So there's no one trapped right away. And because there's no one trapped, then what that creates is it doesn't create initial momentum, initial power, initial squeeze, right? And because there's no one that's going to get stopped run right away. So we have to understand the personality of the open. Okay, every open has a personality. It has edges. Okay, when you have a gap up, you have an edge. When you have a gap down, you have an edge. When you open inside, there's not a breakout edge, for example. There's other edges, but not a breakout edge. Okay, so obviously we don't know what can happen, but we just want to think in terms of percentages. So when we open inside like this, 70% of the time, when we open inside of the range, we're going to have a lot of reversal trading. We're going to have a reversal at the lows or a reversal at the highs. That's one of the major characteristics of opening inside. Whereas if you gap up or you gap down, you can have a lot of momentum. And that's why I like using the opening range breakout on the gap up and the gap down. I really like using that, or I like using it when in the context of a previous day inside bar close, something like that. But when we have an inside day, inside open, I'm a little bit more conservative because I'm expecting there to be chop. Okay. So, and I'm going to show you how to trade the chop. So hit me with a 1 if you're following me so far. So I know I'm saying a lot of things that might be advanced for some people. So I just want to make sure you guys are following along. Hit me with a 1 if you guys are following along. Okay. Someone asked why the 15. I'm using the 15 just because I want to show you guys different time frames, because some of you guys are not going to be able to trade the 5-minute chart because it's going to be too fast for you. So I'm trying to show you that you could do this on the 15 also. Okay. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to share one of my secrets with you guys. And it's using the Fibonacci to cut the range of the previous day into different segments. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the Fibonacci. Okay. And we're going to basically take the Fibonacci from low to high like this. Okay. That's one. And then we can have that like that. Okay. And then you also want to take the Fibonacci from high. So from high to low like that. So all I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to cut the charts into pieces. I'm trying to cut it into portions, right? So if we could draw a line right through the middle, and let's put that in purple, this would be the 50%, right? So this is 50% of the range. So that's an important mark. This is 50%. Okay. So let's look at this from the short perspective first. Okay. So from the short perspective, we have the 786 Fibonacci and the 886 Fibonacci, and then we have the previous day's high. All right. So at the open, when we open inside, okay, these levels can act as resistance. So what the algorithm will do in a lot of these situations is short one of these levels, either 786, 618, one of these, okay, and or sometimes all three. And what they'll do is they'll have the stop above the previous day's high. And the reason why is because this is a good risk to reward trade. You see that? If we can get back down to the previous day's low, that's like 3 times your money, right? So what you can do here is you can wait to see how the price reacts at the Fibonacci levels, and then you can take trades using that. So here let's go to the 5-minute chart so we can see it in more detail. So here we go. Okay, so we open. Okay, we're inside the previous range. Here's the previous day's high. First 5-minute candle, we have a doji. Second 5-minute candle, we have another doji. So right here we have this double doji pattern. So what we can do is have a limit order on the 786. Okay, this is advanced trading. We have a limit order on the 786. We have a stop loss above the previous day's high, or we can wait for this candle to close, and then we can take the short when the candle closes. Or if we want to wait a little bit more, we can take the short when the candle breaks below these lows. So obviously, if you front load with the limit order on the 786, you're going to get the best entry. But sometimes, as new traders, it's better to just wait for the candle to close so you can see the weakness. Because taking a limit order, you have to be predictive in trading. Okay, so let's let this play out. Okay, so as a professional trader right there, you're done for the day. That's it right there. Okay, so you had your short, you got to 1-to-1, right? So you got 1-to-1 is right there. So let's say you risk $1,000 on this play right here. You make $1,000, you're done for the day. This is a high probability trade setup because we have a story. What is the story? The story is, well, we have an inside open. So if we have an inside open, we know it's going to be choppy, okay? And we know that it's going to be hard to initially break above the high or break above the low right away. It's going to be hard to do that. You know that anyone that shorted here made money, so you know they're going to short here also. There's a likely chance they're going to try to short here also because they're going to be adding to their short positions here. So the best place to do that is using the fib here at the 786, or just taking the candle when it closes. And then you have your protective stop above the previous day's high. There's 1-to-1. You're done for the day. Okay, so that's how a short would play it. So now let's play it as a bull. All right. So when you're on a high level in trading, you'll actually be playing both at the same time. But we don't want to get into that concept because that is very advanced. But professional traders, you have you're playing long and short at the same time. You're doing calls and puts at the same time. And you're just doing risk to reward in your head. So you're saying, okay, I'll try to short here Okay, let's see if I can get 2 or 3 to 1. And you know what? If we come back down and we test the previous day's low, I'm gonna try some calls here and see if I can get 2 to 1. That's how you have to think as a pro. Okay, because you're just thinking in your head about the risk. And if you get 2 to 1 in one of the trades, then you're still profitable. You see what I mean? So let's say you risk $100 or $200. Okay, so let's say you risk $100 on both trades. One of them you make $200, and the other one you lose. You still make money. That's what I want you guys to focus on. I want you to focus on the risk management. Okay, so now let's look at it from the bull's perspective. Let's take a Fibonacci. Let's go from the low to the high like this, and let's press play. Okay, so here is a few concepts that I talk about in my book. And one of them is what we call averaging in. All right. So what we can do here is we can have multiple trades set up here. So what we would do is we would say, okay, we're going to come in long at the 50. We're going to come in long at the 618. And we're going to come in long at the 786. And then we're going to have a protective stop. Okay. So if you want to play very, very conservative, you take this stop loss and you put it below the previous day's close like this. Okay. This gives you a lot of room. So this is what I recommend for new traders. Like, you see how big that stop loss is? You see how big that is? It's not. So the point of that is I just want you to be able to be in the trade longer. All right. So let's do this trade setup. Let's see how it plays out. Go next. Okay. So here we go. This first trade right here, where you got long at the 50 and the 618. So we get rid of this one. Okay. So the long and the 50, the long at the 618, you see how we averaging in? We're averaging into the position. We're buying at the 50. We're buying at the 618. This little pop right there, you've already made money. All right. So what you can do there is once you get that pop and that turnaround, you lock in a little bit of profits. Then you can move your stop loss up. Okay. You can move your stop loss up to the low of this candle here because this is the turning point. Right. And then press play again. Okay. So we're still making a higher high here. And at this point, we can get the break even right there. Okay. That's just me reading the price action. We can get the break even right there. Let's see what happens. Okay. Tagged out on the rest right there. Right. But do you see how I'm anticipating the trade by using the fibs? When we start pulling back in, I already have an order waiting on the 50. I have an order waiting on the 618. And this works very well when you're doing options. And this is what I explained in my book, okay, called Averaging In with Options. This is how you average in with options. So guys, if you haven't bought my book yet, you honestly really should, because I'm still doing the promotion 1 month free in the swing room. And these are things I talk about here. Right? This is a master's way of trading. This is not their hindsight bullshit trading. Okay. This is a master's way. This is a professional way. Okay. And I want to teach you guys and educate you guys on that. So look how beautiful the fib works here. Look how beautiful it works here, right? Look at that. So we have that nice 618. We see that pull back to the 618 and that beautiful pop. You know, that's enough to make, that's enough. This pop right here is enough to pay the bills, guys. Right there. All right. And then let's play out the rest of the day. So eventually we break through this fib. I'm going to draw an arrow over here and I'm going to blow your mind in a second. And then what happens now? We come down to the 886. You see this? This is why I have the 886. Look at this. This is why I have the 886, guys. Not a lot of people talk about this shit. Look at that, 886. Okay, limit order on the 886, resting, stop below the previous day's low. Look at that already. Okay, let's press play. Okay, look at that. Okay, that's basically double your money right there. See that? That's why I have these levels. That's why I have these levels. All right, and then later we come back down, blah, 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 doing our thing. And we actually never break the previous day's low. Very, very good. So what I want to show you is a few things. If we stick with the 15, look what we have here. Beautiful inside bar right there. So let's say you're not familiar with the fibs and you don't want to play the fibs. That's fine. You can play these inside bars. Look at this one right here. So this is a nice, beautiful one. You take the break below. That's a beautiful short into the close. Like, that's actually insane, that short. Take that one right there. Stop right there. That's almost 4 times. I think that is more than 4 times your money into the close. So you have all this pattern breaking down here. You can buy your puts right there with that short right there. Take that into the close. That's a beautiful 4x. The other thing that I wanted to share is the fractal nature of Fibonacci. So while all those Fibonacci's are playing out, we also have the morning leg. So the morning leg is another concept from my book. So let's go here. High to low. Hello. Look at that. Beautiful. Do you guys see how beautiful this is? See, we had the initial push. We had the pullback to the 618. And right at the 618, we had either you come in with a limit order or we had this beautiful engulfing bearish candle right there. So that's your signal to take it down. Beautiful. So, I mean, as long as you understand and you have a system and you have the knowledge, guys, you should be able to come to the market and make money more often than not. All right. So I know that was a little bit advanced, but I wanted to just open your mind and show you that trading is not all about drawing trend lines and you know what I mean, like all those stuff and cup and handles and spoons and a spoon and fork. It's not all about that. There's a lot more going on. So you want to become a master at this game in order to become rich. And in order to become a master of your craft, you got to put in the time. So hit me with a 1 if you guys followed me there. All right. Hit me with a 1 if you followed me there. And I want to write some things down. I want to write some things down after, but hit me with the 1 if you guys follow me there. Okay, good. We got the $5 right here from Raj Kumar. Thank you very, very much, brother. That is very much appreciated. I hope that you're learning something here. And thank you very, very much. And it's a super sticker. Okay, hold on a second. Let me check this out, what the super sticker is. Oh, I got a clap. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. So I want to take some notes here with you guys. Let's write down a few things. Okay. So here, let's write down a few things. So basically the opens, we have a gap up, we have a gap down, and then we have an inside open. Okay. So these are basically the only 3 things that can happen, right? And with the inside open, we know there's going to be chop, reversals, a lot. Gap up, bears trapped, gap down, bulls trapped. Okay. And then the tools we want to be using inside bars, Fibonacci, morning. So the morning leg, afternoon leg, and previous day range. Okay. That's basically how I prepare every day for the open, right? That's my preparation. I basically have the previous day's high and low. I identify where we open, and then based on where we open, I have basically a thesis in my head. What do I expect to happen? Where are the good levels to play? And I play those. Okay. Investing Mata here with a $1. Thank you, brother. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. So I want to actually show another example on Chipotle. Mahidi, are you taking automated market orders on those calls when you're averaging on the fib levels? Yes. The fib level, the fibs, there's 2 ways to play them. I discuss a lot more in my book, but essentially you can use the candlestick. You can use the candlestick confirmation. So you can wait for the candle pattern to at the level to show you rejection, or you can just do a limit order, which you have to basically you have to. It's not automated. It's just you have to put them in the broker. You know what I mean? You have to put them in ahead of time. Sylvia says, "What is mean of PDR previous days range?" That's what I meant by that. Okay. So I want to do another example with you guys. I want to do Chipotle Mexican Grill. So Chipotle was one of the trades that we took in the swing trading room together. And it was just a monster of a trade. It basically, so we started trading Chipotle Mexican Grill, you see, using this inside bar here. So we use this inside bar on the 3-week chart. Okay, so this is the 3-week chart. So every candle represents 3 weeks. So this is how I deal with my swing trades, right? So what we did here is we have I want to draw the range of the 3-week candle for you. And basically, I want to show you how you could do this kind of concept using swings instead of day trades. Okay, so it's the same type of preparation. So here we go. So the high is 1409.43. So we're gonna just double click here, 1409.43, and then we're just gonna put the low here, 1320.83. So I'm just gonna type that in. Okay. So when we took the swing trade in the private swing room, this is how it looked, like this. You see that? That's how it looked. So basically, we know that we have a nice inside close with a hammer. So I wanted to play it bullish because we had a lot of, you could see here, we also had the 20 EMA, which is the mid Bollinger Band. So we had a lot of support. We had the hammer, we had the inside bar, we had a lot of confluence. So I wanted to take that trade bullish. So now I'm going to show you guys how you can go. So now we have our lines, right, from the 3 week. So we can go to the daily chart now. Okay. So here's that 3 week range there. Here's the low and here's the high. So now what we can do is we can go down to the daily chart to help us get an entry, right? So we know we have this range here that's ready to break out. So how can we get involved? Well, let's look for a price action pattern on the daily. Okay, so the first price action pattern on the daily was actually right here. There's the inside bar right there. So you know the higher time frame wants to, so this is called time frame alignment. The higher time frame wants to break out and go higher. And then on the daily chart, the lower time frame, we can actually find an entry reason with that inside bar right there. So all we have to do is take that break above the inside bar right there. Okay, so that's option one. And then, you know, that's just free money at that point right there. Gone. Okay, so that's how, you know, the reason why Chipotle goes vertical like this is because what's happening on the bigger time frames. Okay, guys, that's why. So this is why I love swing trading, because I can start from the bigger time frame and I can understand what's happening on that bigger picture. And then I can come down to the daily chart and I can absolutely destroy it. And that's what I do. I destroy it. Okay. That's actually what I do. And here, I just want to show you guys, let's go to the newsletter because I'm giving this stuff away for free. You know, like let's go here, Trading Wars newsletter number 3. So this was, gave this one June 20th. Okay. So let's go down. Let's go down. So here we go. See, I gave this to you guys. Time frame, 3 week chart, setup, inside bar power, Chipotle Mexican grill. All right. And then just to show you now, this week's newsletter. So Chipotle gave us a 8.15% run. Absolutely beautiful trade. All right. So even if you guys are not in the private room and trading with me, that's fine. You know, I still want to educate you. I want to see you succeed. So I try to at least share the picks with you, and how you trade it is up to you, right? And it depends on how aggressive you want to be, right? So let's recap this Chipotle. So we knew on the 3 week chart that we were consolidating with this 3 week inside bar. 3 week inside bar means that for 3 weeks, we've been stuck in the previous 3 weeks range. So therefore, we have a lot of chop, a lot of consolidating. But at some point, that has to give, right? At some point, that has to break. And what we can do is go down to the daily chart and find a beautiful entry. And right there, we had that inside bar right there. That's your trigger. You take that. And that was probably one of the easiest trades of the year. Just went straight vertical. So Jackie said, I'm new to the private group. Is a newsletter posted in the private chat. It's on Telegram. And the reason why I have it on Telegram, guys, I have it on Telegram because in case Twitter shuts me down for whatever reason, you know how they are. They've suspended people's accounts for no reason. Some people don't like that I give things for free and that I teach people for free. Some people don't like that. So I need a backup. So that's why I'm asking you guys, please come to the Telegram, because if I ever get kicked off of Twitter for whatever reason, I need a backup, right? So here, I'm going to post it in the chat there. You guys, okay? So join the Telegram. It's our backup plan, you know? I've seen a lot of channels just get suspended for no reason. And it's because at any point, Twitter can be like, hey, you know what, Trading Wars, we don't like what you're doing. You're giving financial advice. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm giving financial education. But if they think I am, they can ban me. So that's why I want to put it on Telegram, because in case something happens with Twitter, that's the backup plan. So I tried to email it to everybody, but we got over like 700 emails. So when I try I try emailing it to 700 people, Gmail is like, you can't do that. There's too many emails. So to make things easy, if you can just come onto the Telegram with me, I would really appreciate it, because in the Telegram, it's very clean. I just post my resources. No one can say anything. So it's just resources. And I have a lot of them here. So if you can, join that. And then that's our backup plan. So if I ever disappear or get banned or whatever, you guys have me on Telegram, you have me on YouTube. All right. So there we go. So that's the lesson for today, is basically about using like setting up your levels. So if you're day trading, going to the previous day's high and low, figuring out the gap, the intraday fibs, the morning leg, afternoon leg, and then also the higher time frames, like we did on Chipotle, where you can do something called time frame analysis, which is really a different type of trading. Time frame and multiple time frame analysis is a different type of trading, very powerful also, but it is very advanced. All right, so I'm going to talk about Tradingview tips and hacks just really quickly, options recap on Spice, but let me know how you guys are feeling right now. Like, are you good? Are you learning? Is your mind blown yet? Hit me with a 1 if your mind is blown, and you're learning and you're happy about it. Hit me with a 1. And I'm going to move on to the next topic. So let's see what we got. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Beautiful. I have so many things to teach you guys. It'll probably take me a lifetime to teach you, because there's so many ways to trade. There's so many ways to make money. So let's move on. Tradingview tips and hacks. I just wanted to, can you chat more about your swing room and how it works? So here we go. Let's just go tradingwars.com. Everything you need to know about my swing room is in tradingwars.com. I wrote this fact and guide for you guys to read. Like, this is how I do it every single week. This is the process. I gave you guys some suggestions on like how I scale out and expectations, everything. So please read this if you're interested in the swing room. Here are all my results from the beginning of the year. So I have everything here for you guys. All my losers, all my winners, fully transparent. Okay. And then here's the process. Here's a video. But basically, this is how it works. So I'm going to just flash this quickly, because I don't want to show you guys everything with like all the orders. But anyways, this is how it looks basically. Okay. So that's all of the trades. So like last night, I posted all of the trades in the private swing trading room. So I posted on the weekend. I post the trades on the weekend so that you can set it up in your broker on the weekend, because the purpose of the swing trading room is to try to be like as automated as you can. If you're busy, you don't have time, all of that. So we posted trades on the weekend. You set them up on your broker on the weekend. You have your stop loss, your entry, and your target. And then throughout the week, I give live alerts on the Discord, and I give live alerts on the private Twitter. And I basically tell you like when we get filled, when we hit the targets, etc. All right, so let me just show you the Discord real quick. I mean, guys, I don't want to say anything like and sound negative way, but like I went from 100 people in the private room to, like, where are we at right now? Let me just pop that up right now. I went from 100 people a few weeks ago, and right now we're sitting at 246 people, right? So I'm giving value to people, and people are recognizing that I'm busting my ass off to teach and to give live callouts, and my time is now. And I'm very, very grateful for it. But my time is now. Really, it's now. So we're gonna be growing a lot quicker. And everybody in that room, we're gonna reach for the stars. That's the plan. That's the game plan there. With education, with money, whatever it takes. So, if you don't have to do that, like I said, guys, I have the newsletter for you guys to check out. But yeah, anybody that wants to join my journey, that's how we do it. All right. So, what are your thoughts on sends? We'll check that out during the chart request time. We got you set it up with conditionals. Yes, OCO bracket orders, 100% growth rich next month, 400%. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Right here we have Mahesh V with the $10. Thank you very much, sir. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Can we play options on the private room list? Yes, you can. So basically with oh man, I can't believe we're at 40 minutes already. Okay, so I got to speed it up. But yeah, for the room, basically everything is based on the underlying stock. I look at basically the stock first, right? And then you play either common shares or you play options, whichever one you are most comfortable with. That's up to you. I also have now some suggested option plays. So like the ones that I've looked through that I think are good also. But in general, as a new trader, you want to start off, if you can, with shares and just build the chart time, build some experience, and try to automate things as much as you can. That's what I recommend. But definitely, you can do options, you can do shares, because it's based on the stock, right? So whatever you feel comfortable with doing. All right, let's go. So TradingView tips and hacks, watch list alerts, etc. So what I want to do. I want to show you guys is I have different colors for a different watch list. I have different names, right? So I really like this feature a lot. Obviously, I know most of you guys know about this, but this is really important for me. Every time these are my setups for the current week. Anytime I'm doing my newsletters and stuff, I try to create separate watch lists so that it just keeps me focused. So make sure you're using the watch list feature. The alert feature is very important. So here we go, like Chipotle. I'll give you an example. So right now we made 2 times our money on Chipotle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you like what I would do in the private room. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this to 2.5. So 2.5 is going to be my next target, which is right around there. I'm going to right click and add an alert and then press create. So what this does for me is that it'll only alert me when it gets there. So I don't care about what it does, throughout the week. I want to know when it hits the target. So when it hits the target, then I'm going to give an alert to people in the room. Hey, we got the 2.5 times. And then for me personally, I'm going to take my shares and I'm going to scale some out. So I was talking to one of my traders recently and she was like, she's staring at the chart a lot. So I said, don't stare at the chart, set alerts and then just walk away. So that's what I do. I have my alerts and I don't obsess with it. If I get an alert, then it means I got to do something. Otherwise than that, I don't care, right? So set the alerts, have your watch list, sizing, right? So this is the position size tool. You guys know that. So once you put your risk in here, right, $125. For one of my swing trading accounts, my small account, I'm using $125 as my risk per trade. And then right here, it tells me how many shares I need to buy. So it says here, quantity 2. So make sure you're using this because this helps to protect your account. Okay. And then what else I want to talk about? Timeframes. So what I really like about TradingView is that they have the custom timeframes, and a lot of platforms don't have that. So right here, you see down at the bottom, you can choose any like minutes, hours, days, whatever you want, and then you can manually create your own time frame. So for me, all of these are my custom ones here: 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2-3 hour, 3 week, 2 week, 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. All of those I created. And it really opens your eyes when you get to see things on different time frames. So that's just like some basic tips there. And then I want to talk about the options recap with Spice. So I have my bots information here, and let's talk about this one. Okay, so I know you guys are probably excited about this one. I don't think anybody lost money on this Spice trade. I think everybody made money. It was an amazing trade. So here we go. Let's go to the daily. Right? What a beautiful candle right here. Absolutely beautiful candle. So on Thursday, we knew that Spice had a inside close, right? So we knew Spice had an inside close. So we had the inside range drawn, And then basically Spice was gapping up in the pre-market, right? It was already up like, I don't know, 25% in the pre-market. So basically what I did with the bot, so the bot that I have that trades options, what I did with the bot was basically I bought at the open. Okay, so let me pull up the bot's trades. I just want to show you guys like how I'm programming the bot in case you guys are interested about that. But here we go. Let me pull it up. So orders and trades. And so I got out of Spice. Okay, so here we go. So I bought the June 15th. So let me write this down. Okay. So I bought June 15, 2021 calls. This is 42 strike at, see what the price was here, $6 even. Okay, so 6.0. Okay, so basically it took me $600. That's how much capital I had to come up with. $600 basically. Okay, so now I sold it at the end of the day for 13.6. Okay, so sold 13.6. Basically that's double up, right? Oh, did I write the wrong strike? Yeah, sorry, June 25th. You're right. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I basically bought it Friday morning and expires Friday evening, basically at the close. So this is a high risk trade for sure. That's why we call it Lotto. That's why we came up with the word Lotto. It's playing the lottery. But I wanted to test the robot. I wanted to see what it could do. So I had an order in the bot that basically said, if it is above this price, 41.29, which is the basically the range of the previous day, buy calls, buy the 42 calls. So what it did is it bought it at the market price. So it bought it right away at $6. So I took a little bit of heat when we pulled back here, and then we just took off, right? So if you were trading it on the drill down method, you could have gotten a lot better price, right, than me, because I bought it at the market at the open. So we know we're gapping up, so we know that there's going to be some trap bears, okay, for sure. And the opening range breakout doesn't trigger long, it triggers short, okay? But whenever we gap up like this is a gap up of like 25 or 30%, I'm not going to short because I'm going against the strength. All right. Whenever we have a very bullish gap like that, I don't short. Even though you can make money shorting, I choose not to, because that's one of the rules that I wrote down for myself based on the probabilities. There's a better chance to go long. So how do we go long? So what we can do here is we take the Fibonacci from the close, take it up to the high of the first 5-minute candle. So your mind is going to be blown again. Okay. This is one of my secrets. We take it from the close, we bring it up to the high of the first 5-minute candle. And you see, when we have a powerful gap up will never come back to the 50, 618. It will never come back here. It is too strong. The algorithms will buy at the first major fib, which is the 382. And that's exactly what happened. So if I'm drilling down, when it comes to the 382, you can wait for the price action. So right here, you had this inverted hammer, but then you had this beautiful hammer that came 10 minutes later. So right there, that's your trigger to buy options, to buy the calls right here on the break above the high. Or when we came into the 382, you could buy it with a limit order on the 382 itself. And then from there, if you really missed it, the last really valid option was right here on that inside bar. So just taking the break above that inside bar, that's a huge, huge runner also. Okay. And then if you're on the 15, then we have the same pattern, right? We pull back down to the 382 and we have a nice doji. You can take that. But that's pretty much the only opportunity on the 15. All right. So a lot of people message me and they, made thousands and thousands of dollars and all that. And I'm really, really happy about that. A lot of people are using the drill down method, and it's working really well for them. All right. So basically, I wanted to just recap that one, because if the bot took it, I took it with a robot. I got in at a bad price, but I still made money. So if the robot can do it, you guys can too. Okay. So hit me with a 1 if you understand the recap there on Spice, and hit me with a 1 if you're good. If you're good with that one. Okay, I see a bunch of ones there. Very, very beautiful. Okay. Guys, you have to remember though, I spoke about this very briefly the other day. The lotto play is the lotto play. Okay? It's very popular because it's just pretty much very, very close to gambling. Right? So whenever I play lotto plays, whatever I put in, I'm 100% expecting to lose it. But if it works, I know that I can make at least double. And if it works really, really well, I could probably make 3 or 4 or 5 times my money. So I don't risk my whole account on lottos. Never do that. Instead, what I found was, one example was like Oxy. So let me just look at Oxy real quick and just explain to you guys the difference between lottos and getting into the option contract earlier in the week. Okay. So here we go. So Oxy, I called it out on Monday. The bot also took Oxy. So P Court says, was Spice called out in your room? So I posted it for free on my free channel, but I don't call out daily options on my private Twitter. My private Twitter is for swing trades, and I don't call out any daily stuff with options because of the fact that I don't think it's fair to do. Because a lot of the times the price that I get in, you can't get in at, for example, you know. So I can't live with myself doing that type of work, because it's like, oh, I'm always going to be getting in at a better price than my followers. I don't think that's fair. But when I swing trade, we can all set it up together on the weekend, so we can all get in at the same price together. So that's why I think that it's fair that I can do a swing room and charge somebody money for it, because I can guarantee we can get in together. On the day trades, I can't. And it hurts my heart if I have to say, oh, well, I got in at, 20 cents for the calls. I'm sorry you got in at $1. I can't do that. Guys, I'm not, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. So let's continue. Leah. So Leah is one of my admins, one of my mods. She's been supporting me for a very long time, since the beginning. And I just want to give her a shout out here. So she said, I got into Spice so well and left too early. Still made 1.5 R. Could have been much more. 1.5 R is a lot of money. That's a lot of money, Leah. So you should be very proud of yourself with that. In the future, what you can do is maybe just scale out and just leave a little bit on, right? Okay. All right. So let's talk about Oxy now. So Oxy was a trade that the robot got in on Monday, and we held it all the way to Friday, and it made me feel so good when I saw that. So here we go. So I posted this setup. This is the Holy Grail, right? This is an outside bar and this is an inside bar. So this is what we call the Holy Grail. Okay. So the Holy Grail, the outside bar breaks the previous day's high and breaks the previous day's low. So it traps both sides. And then it's followed by an inside bar, which is a form of consolidation. All right. So what do you guys think happens to option premiums when we have the Holy Grail pattern? What do you guys think happens? Do option premiums go up when we have the Holy Grail pattern, or do they go down? Gotta drink some water. Give me a second. Down, DK. Up. Go down. So the option premiums will decay because we are going sideways, basically. You see that? We're just going sideways. So I got into the Oxy calls at 36 cents with the bot. And what I did is I programmed the bot right here. I said bot. If Oxy breaks 2880, then buy me. Okay, let me pull up the actual data for you guys and I'll write it down again. So I'll tell you what the calls were and everything. So, all right. So I got in on Monday, June 25th, Oxy 30 call. Okay. And I got in at 37 cents. How many did I buy? 1, 2. It says 2 here, but I think I bought more. Oh no, sorry, 4. Okay. So I bought 4 contracts. Okay, so I bought 4 contracts. Okay. And then I sold on Friday at 237. So I made a shit ton basically, right? The best entry you could have gotten. No, I didn't. Sorry, it wasn't 237. One sec. Let me get the price. It was 2. I got out at 278. Sorry. So put that there. There we go. All right. So what I'm trying to show you guys here is the difference between getting on a lotto play and then getting in at the beginning of the week. So when I got, so right here, when we broke through that high on Monday, I got in, okay? And you could see so it just basically went vertical. So this is, this is the best case scenario where you can basically make 1,000% return, give or take. But you see here, because I got in at the beginning of the week, I had 5 full days of expiry. So the DK didn't really affect me at all because I got in at the beginning of the week and I got in when the option premium was cheap. So I feel like it's very powerful to get in early in the week because you're not going to get hit with DK, the time decay, right away. Like if you were to play a lotto, right? So it gives you more flexibility. And it gives you a lot more. It gives you basically, you can make a mistake, essentially, right? You can make a mistake. But if you make a mistake on Lotto Friday, forget it. Within probably an hour or so, if you made a mistake, your premiums can go basically down 50, 60, 70%. All right. So do you guys understand that? Hit me with a 1 if you understand what I'm talking about here with Oxy. So basically we got in on Monday early in the week, so we didn't have to really deal with that crazy decay. But if you're going to play on Friday and it expires on Friday, if you're wrong, you can basically, in a few hours, you're going to be left with pretty much nothing. So what I'm suggesting is maybe you can get into option plays earlier in the week, okay, and then give yourself some more flexibility. So that's, I'm testing different things with the bot. I'm trying lottos. I'm trying swings. Like Baba was a big one. Okay. Let me just talk about Baba real quick and then we'll move on. But I just wanted to share with you guys this one. So I think the Baba setup was on the 2-week or the 3-week. Let me see. Yes. So the Baba setup was on the 3-week chart. So here we go. We had an inside bar on the 3-week. So with Baba, right, I also gave this one in the newsletter too. So I programmed the bot again for Baba. I said, okay, if Baba breaks 222.64, buy me calls. And because this one is on the 3-week chart, I basically had to take it into a swing trade, right? Because each candle takes 3 weeks to develop. So I'll tell you which one that I got. So I got the Baba August 20th, 2021, 240 calls. Okay. So I got those. I got in at a market price of $4.12, and right now it's at $6.45. So I made a little bit more than 50% return, right? So that's how you can use these on a swing trade, for example. The only thing that's going to differ is how you have to get a lot farther out expiry. So yeah, so I've been really happy with the option performance so far. I also did it on Costco for a swing, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and obviously there's gonna be ups and downs, and then I'm gonna present to you guys what the facts are once I've gone through everything. How do you decide direction bias, i.e., call or put? Well, you can use the trigger. So you have to watch some of the older videos that we did last week, but basically it comes down to doing this. Either you're going to use the trigger method or you're going to use the drill down method. All right. So that's how you really determine the bias. If you're going to use a trigger, then when it breaks the trigger high, you buy calls. When it breaks the trigger puts, you buy. When it breaks the trigger low, you buy puts. But if you drill down and you go to the lower time frame, then you have to read the price action there. So you can have an inside bar, an opening range breakout, a Fibonacci. Those are the ones I like better because you can get premiums, a lot better, a lot cheaper. So we just passed an hour here, and we're gonna get into the chart requests now, and I'm gonna try to go through them as quickly as I can in interest of your time. I know it's Sunday. But yeah, hit me with a 3 if we're good. You guys gaining value, you're okay. So we went through, setting up the pre-market ritual that I have. Basically, we looked at some option recaps to give you guys some education, and we looked at some Tradingview tips and tricks. And now let's get into some of the chart requests and let's wrap this up. So here we go. So the swing newsletter update, I already told you guys. Just the newsletters and Telegram, and I would really appreciate if you join the Telegram, because in case we get the boot on Twitter for whatever reason, we have a backup plan. And I also have my Discord, which is another backup plan. That's why I'm trying to be on as much platforms as I can so we can't get shut down, right? So let's hit your chart requests. And so I'm going to go through. Okay, so I see some in the chat there. Okay, so hold off on your ones in the chat now for now. Let me just hit this real quick. Okay, so we might go through the ones that you guys want in here already. Okay, so hold off on your in the chat for now, and then let's talk about it. So I'm already on SPY here anyway. So let's look at SPY. So, basically SPY has been very bullish, right? The last time we had a valid trade set up on SPY was this inside hammer, remember? So I told you guys with this inside hammer, this price here was 417.82. I said, if we break above 417.82, where it's a good play to go long. And that's exactly what happened. We broke above, we had a great push. So the inside bar on SPY worked extremely well. Right now, we're very bullish here with this close. As long as we can stay above that 416.10, basically stay above this low, then we should just continue higher. But, I wouldn't be surprised if we chop around, but or if we just go straight up. Anything is possible at this point. And what I saw here was this sell-off here. This sell-off was basically just shut the hell down, right? So anytime we have a bear sell-off and then the next week we just reverse it completely, that is a very, very powerful setup. So things are looking very bullish on SPY. So as long as we don't gap down or do anything stupid, we should continue higher. Forward, we had this inside bar a few weeks ago. We pushed down. Now we're having a similar pattern to SPY almost, where we're trying to push back against the bears. So what I would do there is, if you want to take a play, just take the break above the high of that bar or the break below the low, because that is a pretty strong reversal pattern. What else do we have? GS. GS, let's look at that. So Goldman Sachs, very beautiful setup, nice inside bar sitting on the 20 EMA. As you guys know, I've traded Goldman Sachs many times. You see all of these lines. I traded here, I traded here, I traded here. Those 3 times that I've traded Goldman Sachs, I've made money on all 3 of those. So I love the stock, very bullish stock for sure. So the way to play it, here's the inside bar. Just take the break above or below, or you can drill down on the lower time frame like I showed you with Chipotle, okay? RSLS. Not interested here. A lot of manipulation, so we don't play those. We don't want to get, trapped in any of that bullshit, so we don't play those. Here we go, Apple. We had this fib pattern here. Let's take the Fibonacci from the low to the high. You can see here that we have touched the 618 multiple times. We had an inside bar also, and then we started pushing back up there. So that's a beautiful Fibonacci leg. If we can break through this high, then I think we're going to trade to these extensions here. So just keep an eye on that. The great opportunity to get long was back here with this inside bar. So otherwise than that, I don't really want to be I don't really want to be chasing anything. So Neo and Cat, those are in the newsletter. So take a look, Nathan. Those are nice inside weak closes, which look for an opportunity, just either taking the break above or below or drill down for some great opportunities. AMD doing its thing. We had this double bottom actually that came up there, and that one's been trading pretty well. Right now, I don't like being a buyer in the middle of the range. So here's a range here. Here's the low, here's the high. I don't like being a buyer in the middle. I stay away from things that are in the middle of ranges because usually you just get trapped. So that's not my cup of tea. Netflix, very nice close. At some point here, Netflix has to do something. It either has to attempt to break new all-time highs or it has to reverse and fail. So if it, this low right here, 493.70 is very important for Netflix now, because this is another attempt here to get above and make all-time highs. So keep this on the watch list, see how it plays out. As long as you're above 493.70, you should be able to continue bullish. If we reverse here, I think something will break eventually in Netflix. Amazon, so I got into Amazon right here. Okay, my entry on Amazon was 32.93.23. And yeah, just hanging out. Amazon, I gave it in the newsletter back when it was over here. So we had this nice breakout candle there. Now, Amazon is trying to reject. It's like it's been rejecting this area for a long time. And it did the same thing last week. So it's very similar to Netflix, that something has to give eventually. If we turn around and we break through this previous all-time high, we can have an epic squeeze. If we start to fall down again, we can also have an epic sell-off. So just pay attention, be ready to play both sides. Baidu, nice close there. We had this Fibonacci drawn a long time. 786 is holding as support. So as long as this low holds, 182.74, that's your pivot point to just reference off of for your bullish plays. Go. Nice inside week. You can just play the break above or below. I'm going to pick one from here. Let's do Tilray, see what's going on there. Yeah, so Tilray, we had that inside bar a few weeks back, right? This one that we talked about, this was a beautiful play, like absolutely stunning. This right here looks like we're pulling back to some fibs. Let's see. Fib, we'll take it from the low to the high. Yep, so we already tagged the 618, and that's why we had that pop. So now this candle's range is going to determine what's next. If we break above, that's bullish. If we break below, that's bearish, okay? Let's keep going. MU, QCOM. All right, so we don't have too much more left here, and then I'm going to take yours in the chat. Okay, guys? So MU, very, very bullish. I played MU a lot on this run. So I took MU here, 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 here. I made money all the way there. I didn't short it over here, but obviously I could have made money there if I did, but I don't like to short MU. I'm very bullish on the stock. Nice bullish close here. So anytime you have a bullish close like this, we can say play the bar. Play the bar. As long as this low holds 75.35, then we just continue higher. That's where your stop loss would be. So anytime you have a big body bar, you can just play the bar. So that's another strategy. Okay, play the bar. Remember that. QCOM, nice here. This is a play the bar strategy, right? Because we had basically a reversal for the bulls here. So just play the bar here. It looks very, very powerful. Neo, we talked about that. Roku, Roblox, Roku. So Roku, we made a shit ton of money, right? Like we all made a shit ton of money. We got into Roku since this inside bar back here. And as you can see now, we're at 5 times our money. And it's extremely, extremely bullish right now on Roku. And a lot of people were crying about Roku when we were here. Everyone on Twitter, oh, I don't know why Roku's going down, blah, blah. Guys, zoom out on the bigger time frames, right? And just look at the bigger picture. Don't get caught up in the nitty gritty. We had a double bottom inside bar, and then we had another inside bar there. If you didn't make money playing Roku on these setups, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. I don't know what to tell you. Roblox. Roblox, let's draw a new fib. Let's take it from this low to high. Okay, there we go. This is what I suspected. We tagged the 618 and we had a huge pop. Guys, if you just play these fibs like this, have those limit orders on the 618, you can make a lot of money. Every time we tag the 618 on these high volume, high flyers, like look at this. You know, that's a big pop right there. So you could just have a limit order here on the 618. Now we'll play the bar. Play the bar here now. Break the low, break the high, play the bar. TDT and BA. So I'm going to pick one from there. TDT. Yep, very bullish, very powerful. So play the bar. Same thing. As long as this low holds, continue bullish. Very good. JD, Tesla. Same thing. Very powerful close on JD. Play the bar. Okay. Keep it simple. You don't need to complicate things. Play the bar. Tesla. So we got into Tesla on this here 2-week chart. So this pattern I gave to you guys for free in the newsletter. Okay. We had this double inside bar pattern on the 2-week. I took the break above right there. I took the break right there with shares and with options. I made a lot of money playing that last week. So I'm still in a lot of the position. So I hope it continues higher. If not, stops at break even, we walk away. Because, you know, Tesla is one of those that can go either way. But when it flies, it flies. So hopefully we caught it at the right time. T is an inside close. You can play the bar. It's a very tight range, so be careful. So here we go, Corey. Let me pick one from there. Let's do Coca-Cola. Nice inside week, right? Inside week here. So play the bar. Breaks above, breaks below, long above, short below. Very simple. I think all of these are inside closes, Corey. So you could just play them all the same. Wish. Let's look at Wish. A lot of people have been asking me about that. Let's look at this. Okay, inside close on Wish. Very important. Okay, look at the last time we had an inside close. Look at the last 2 times we had an inside close. You see that? Inside close, inside close. Okay, break below, short, break below, short. Like that is so easy, man. It's actually just, I don't know why people try to complicate it. It's not about if it works or if it doesn't work. It's about having a process that you can do every single week that's very simple. Okay, short right there, free money. Here we go again. Same thing. If it breaks above, long, breaks below, short. If it doesn't work, it's okay, right? But the point is you have to have a process that you can replicate every single week. And then we did SPY. Here we go, NVIDIA. All right, so you guys can start throwing in your chart requests in there. NVIDIA, like I said, right, we had this Fibonacci, this pullback to the 618. And then, like I said, we traded to the extensions. And now we're starting to reject because the algorithms, when we have this pullback, they normally sell at these extensions. This is what we call harmony, right? Pull to the 618 harmonic pattern, pull to the 618, sell to the 618 extension. So I wouldn't be surprised if NVIDIA cools off a little bit here because of the fact that the algos are selling something here. But that being said, if we do continue higher, I mean, the roof will just be pulled off. And I think we can hit this one extension here at 834.23. All right, so let's go. So here we go. Got a lot in here. So I'm just going to pick a few guys because we're already at like an hour and 20 minutes. Okay. So here we go. FedEx from Becky. FedEx. Yeah. So FedEx, we broke into new all-time highs and now we've pulled back. So we're basically retesting these all-time highs here, right? So right around here, we're retesting this zone here. Okay. So we're coming back here. So I like this long wick here. So I would play the bar, break above, long, break below, short. But I would mostly be looking to play bullish plays just because we're, new all-time highs. We have that possibility to continue higher. Yeah, but it looks pretty good. Facebook. Yep. So Facebook, look at these inside weeks. A lot of setups here. So we took Facebook. You see here, my initial entry on Facebook was 276.95, and I've been riding it since then. A very, very nice, clean play. A beautiful bar on Facebook. This is an outside bar. Okay. This is an outside bar. See this outside bar? The low breaks the previous week's low and the high breaks the previous week's high. So with that outside bar, that is a very beautiful bar to play. You can play the bar. PayPal. Yep. So PayPal, we had this fib right here. This is a fib. And, I think PayPal's been up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row. So at some point, it's going to need to take a little break. So you don't be surprised if we go sideways, consolidate, pull back a little bit before making another leg higher. Sometimes, whenever we have multiple weeks, we need to cool off, right? Otherwise, things don't go vertically, right? In some cases they do, but mostly not all the time, right? Here we go, Walmart, nice inside bar. I love this setup there, beautiful. Play the inside bar setup. Break above, break below. I really like that. What I mean by play the bar means if we break below the bar, you short. If we break above the bar, go long. Or if the bar is very bullish, then you can continue to play bullish and just keep your stop loss at the bar. So you play each bar, okay? Cody. So yeah, I mean, that's a very nice bullish close there. So you could play the bar right there. So I don't like playing these names that are below $15 just because they're, they're sometimes very manipulated. But I would continue to be bullish as long as we stay above 849, right around there. So you can play your bullish plays, and but if we break that level, you have to honor your stop. UWMC. So we had an inside week 2 weeks ago. We broke below, right? And right now just kind of hanging out. So we have to see how this develops. Skills just hanging out, right? Nothing really special. So just the fib levels are there, so we can just play those fibs. Oh my God. The hell was this? Nike, wow. I had some orders for Nike. I wonder if I didn't get filled on it. No, I canceled my orders on Nike. Otherwise, I would have been laughing right now. Wow, beautiful close on Nike. So this is a good example of playing the bar. So you could say, okay, Nike, big bullish breakout. As long as this low 129.04 holds, I'm just going to continue to add my long positions on Nike with my stop loss down here and just continue to keep playing it bullish. And this could be like this low here could be the low for the next 10 years, for example, right? So beautiful earnings play, right? So that's how you could use some of these plays for investments, right? You have beautiful earnings play, beautiful breakout. Keep your stop down here and then just keep adding positions and just keep building them over the next years and years and years. So Upwork, really nice setup on this one too. What did I see with Upwork? I saw, okay. Upwork is an outside bar, right? Nice outside bar on Upwork right here. You see that? It broke the low and it broke the high of the previous week. So with an outside bar, check out the video I did on outside bars. But pretty much that outside bar has trapped any bears that went short here. So definitely Upwork can come back and test all-time highs in the upcoming future. Okay, Workhorse. Double inside bar. This Workhorse is in my newsletter. I believe I put in there. I might not, because sometimes Workhorse is a very violent stock, like you see this. But it's a nice double inside bar pattern, and I would just play those bars. All right, this is the last one, guys. Visa, because I still have to post the option picks for tomorrow for the day trades. I have to do that still, so I'm gonna run after this. But yeah, so nice bullish bar into new all-time highs there with Visa. I've been holding Visa for a very long time as long-term investments. Also in the swing room, we've got into Visa back here with our plays. So we've been in Visa for a long time in the swing room and in my long-term investing. So very, very bullish on that. And we made a new all-time high. So as long as this low holds, again, 230.40, you can continue to play that bullish. All right. All right, guys. Sorry if I didn't get to your request. I wanted to give you guys the educational part more this time so that you can do this yourself. You don't even have to ask me anymore. You'll be able to do it on your own. And I have to go back and I have to figure out the picks for tomorrow. So that's going to take me some time to do. But hey, appreciate all of you being here as always. Unfortunately, we didn't break 200. We will eventually because the content that I put out and the passion that I have for teaching and helping you guys, it can't be stopped. It just can't be. So please help promote me where you can. And let's keep growing together. So someone's asking for Telegram again. So let me do that one more time here. Okay, I'm going to post it in here. All right. Just remember this week, go the extra mile, whatever you're doing. That's something that I've been thinking about and I want to share with you guys in closing remarks today. Always try to add value in whatever you're doing. If you're working in a 9 to 5, try to add value to your boss. Try to add value to your coworkers. If you can add value, you're going to get the rewards that you want in life. For me, I'm adding value to you guys. Like I was sleeping, I got myself out of bed. I'm here adding value. And that's why you guys are here. And that's why you guys respect me. And that's why you guys support me. And if you do that in your day-to-day life, whether it's with your family or your job or whatever, you're going to see results. Okay. So just this week, all I want you to be thinking about is add value, add value, add value, add value. Every morning, add value. When you go to bed, add value. Just keep saying that every single day until your brain is rewired to understand that you need to add value. And that's how I've been able to excel in everything that I've done in my life. Is whether I'm in a job, I try to focus on, okay, how can I do things better? How can I add value? When I'm doing this stuff and teaching you guys, how do you guys think I came up with the idea that today I'm going to do a lesson? Because I just think like I'm by myself driving in the car. Oh, you know what? What if on Sunday Stock Talks, I start doing lessons in the beginning? I think that'll add a lot of value. That's what you need to do. Get to that level. Okay. And then we got another $10 gift here from Sheeta. Let me just check this sticker out. See how this thing looks. Oh, a nice, beautiful thank you. All right. Thank you so much. So yeah, I appreciate you guys a lot, as always. And let's just go out there and make some money. And thank you very much for your time. And I'll be trading with you guys throughout the week. All right. So take care.